In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how we model moving charge. So what we're going to take as our example is two plates of charge something that you've seen before. So we have a big plate of positive charge, and below it we have a big plate of negative charge. Now, you've seen this before as a capacitor, right? You have these two plates that have charge. They produce an electric field. That electric field in between them points like this. But the other thing about these two plates is that the charge that's living on the two plates sort of pushes out as far apart from the other charges as possible, right? Spreads out across the plates because of the interactions between positive charges and between negative charges. So what happens if we were to take a little piece of wire and connect one plate to the other? What seems pretty clear is that you would have a situation where some of the charge from one of the plates would move on to the other plate, right? There'd be some attraction, some interaction between the negative charges and the positive charges such that the charges end up neutralizing. This seems like a natural kind of situation. And in fact, it is what happens. We have these electrons that end up running off of this charge with the excess negative charge and move up to the positive plate. And so after some amount of time, we have a little bit less positive charge and a little bit less negative charge. And I've been pretty careful here to draw that the plates have the same amount of charge because the idea here is that charge is conserved. So all of the charge that sort of exists down here that ends up running up there will leave behind positively charged atomic nuclei and will sort of combine with positively charged atomic nuclei to make this neutral. So over some long period of time, there's no more electrons running through this piece of wire, and both plates end up becoming neutral. So this is sort of something that it seems kind of intuitive. It seems like something that we can make sense of just from this idea of negative charges are attracted to positive charges. But what's really interesting about this is that no matter how far apart these plates are, so if this is one of the plates and this is another plate with the negative charges, no matter how far apart they are, if we connect them through this wire, we're going to end up having electrons run off of this excess negatively charged plate onto the positively charged plate, even if the interaction between the two plates is really small. There's still going to be this charge that moves across. And so there must be something that's going on inside of the wire to cause this to happen. And we're going to explore that in the next video in some detail when we talk about what happens in a circuit with a battery.